We're here at Wood Anchor, a furniture designer in the south end of Winnipeg. And what's special about this place is that they are taking Dutch elm disease trees that are meant for the landfill, reclaiming them, and turning them into furniture. I'm here with Kellen from Wood Anchor, and he's going to show us what happens when a tree shows up here, or actually even before that, when the city says you guys can have a tree, what happens there?
Well, the city does most of the arbor work. So they cut the tree down, they put it on a truck, and they bring it to the landfill. They put it in a large pile, and then we go through and we find any trees that are usable as saw logs, and we bring them to our yard here, which is situated in Brady landfill. We mill all the trees that are usable, different thickness boards.
What makes it usable? Like, what makes a tree like good or bad?
Straight, fairly clean, and no visible metals.
Okay.
But inevitably we're going to hit something.
Okay.
And that's part of the nature of working with urban trees, right?
Right.
And it kind of adds to the cost and the excitement, really. Then we season all our boards outside to allow decent airflow, to release moisture slowly. We do that for about 6 months.
Okay.
And then all those boards are going to go to the kiln. In the kiln, they come down to about 6 to 9% moisture. And then after that, they're workable boards.
Okay.
So then they come in the shop here.
Okay.
You see here, I got a lift of elm. There's a little bit of oak in here. There's a little bit of ash.
Okay.
And they come in rough. So they're twisted, they're cupped, they're a little warped.
Yeah, a little jagged on the sides.
They're a little jagged, right? But all our machines are designed to work them down and work them into workable boards, right?
Yeah, because you guys, what you were saying before is kind of like a modest shop, but you guys have a lot of tools in here. Like to have your mill outside and to have all this is sort of unique.
Yeah, we're a small scale shop in relation to large production facilities, right? We're 6 employees, but we have the capacity to do anything, right? We tote ourselves as designers and makers. So if anybody has a vision or an idea, even if they don't, right, we're going to help them achieve something spectacular with the materials that we have on hand. Right?
Okay, I'm building a home soon. We're going to come back and we're going to talk. But let's see some of the other stuff that you guys do with some of the elms, because there's a bunch of projects you guys actually have going on right now where you're using elms.
Yeah. So after the rough boards are processed, you see they start to smooth out here, and the guys are working on producing some veneers for a large sculpture, right? So very thin, flexible pieces of wood that are going to wrap around a form, but still maintain the beauty and figure that you see in elm, right?
Because elm is nice looking, but it's not necessarily the strongest wood, right?
Well, it's not necessarily the most stable.
Okay.
So, it moves a lot seasonally. It's not like a maple or something that's designed to or not designed, but stays flat and true, right? So we had to learn how to work with a species that isn't traditionally a woodworker's favorite. But we found that it's really beautiful in terms of its grain and its figuring. And we found ways to work with it. Okay,
so this is going to be the outside of a sculpture.
Yeah.
And then now can you show us one of those big slabs? They can actually turn into a table?
Yeah.
You guys are working on a table?
Yeah, and so of course we have all the tools to process these slabs down into workable boards. And right here we have a table that's in the process.
If you want to come around this way, you can see, if you can see, we actually, there's multiple pieces all glued together here. And so these big boards, like you were just explaining there, this all holding it together, and someone put a little too much glue here, right? Okay.
That all gets dealt with, of course. Like this is still in what we call the rough stage. Like it still has to get trimmed and sanded, but this is probably 70% of the process. Like we're almost there in terms of completion. But yeah, like this is a laminated top, and this would have been made from similar rough boards.
Nice. And then in that room right there, here, beat us to it. There's a finished table in there right now that I want to see. So that's elm that was on the Winnipeg streets and was deemed infected, and the city decided to cut it down, and you guys turned it into this gorgeous table that's going to go to someone's home.
Exactly.
Cool.
Yeah.
Well, thanks a lot for having us. I'm going to be taking some end tables now. Thanks a lot for your time, Kellen.
Yeah, of course.
Good. For RSC TV News, I'm Barney Morin.